make you better than nature. Auntie is the best choice. Bringing betterment to keep us content. Auntie is the best choice. No product testing to do. He's cheaper prices for you. Auntie is the best choice.
Of their consumers. So Auntie's Choice administrators were satisfied with this inept solution. Purple berries are now a common nutritional and flavoring agent throughout the colony worlds. Mindless Auntie's Choice consumers especially purchase a large variety of purpleberry-themed foods and beverages, all of them mislabeled parasite-free. More accurately, the label should read live parasite-free. But in any case, Auntie's Choice once again demonstrated their contempt for their customers, for nature, and for any pretense of safety. Another reason this documentarian is grateful for our order's fabricated nutritional food stuff. OA archive transcription number 3918-4 ends here.
This is Grand Plan Wireless.
Val says you turned her down for a massage.
Turns out Val's massage protocol doesn't have a setting between a light touch and a 50-kilometer-per-hour punch. Not exactly therapeutic. Felt a little bad telling that to her face, though.
Yeah, I've been on the receiving end of one of those massages, too. Honestly, you made the right choice.
For all presently transiting the Golden Ridge region, utmost caution is highly urged. Refugees and travelers report targeted ambushment by desperate pharmaceutical-addled, chemically dehanced societal cast-offs who have succumbed to a life of pilferage and plunder. Auntie's Choice troops have been espied bivouacked in trenches crisscrossing the highlands. And although a ceasefire exists,
You lost, stranger?
circumspection remains advised. Newly introduced invasive species.
I don't see a lot of new faces in these parts. What are you? Order? Protectorate? Auntie?
Travelers are instructed to closely monitor.
Really? An Earth Directorate agent? I have no idea what that is, but okay. Me? I'm a Sprat Trapper. Cute little things, but their tallow and hides fetch a high price. Used to be Protectorate, then worked for the Order, then Auntie. Whoever's calling the shots on a given day. Now, I'm just waiting for the dust to settle so I can find out who I work for tomorrow.
Further beneficial content soon follows. And now...
Gregory? Well, I'm glad to hear he's still kicking. Loyal customer. Very particular about his sprats. These being hard times, I've had to raise my prices. Gal's gotta eat, and I don't care for sprat meat.
Abstract Algebraics, Section 4, Session 43. Please continue to enjoy the background music, which I have selected today based on its
Trust me,
arithmetic-based
Gregory
harmonic
is an
progressions.
artiste when it comes to
My name is
biology,
Edmund
and
Van
every
Schmidt,
artist
and I am
needs the right
senior
canvas.
tenured laureate
Pleasure doing
of the
business.
Tertiary Adjunct School of Numismatics for the Order of the Ascendant. Today's lecture will focus on the generation of prime numbers, techniques, and uses thereof. I know. Prime numbers? Why so simplistic? Well, consider this a basic refresher course in remedial mnemonistics for those new to the order. I will start by explaining what a prime number is, despite the fact that you should have learned that definition decades ago while still in diapers. But
Ready to waste it. On your command.
solve many things, and repetitious is one of them.
How are you still upright over there?
The simplest definition is given a set of natural numbers greater than 1, we call that set n. Set n that is not itself a product of two other numbers in the set n2. Prime numbers? Why so simplistic? Well, consider this a basic refresher course in remedial mnemonistics for those new to the order. I will start by explaining what a prime number is, despite the fact that you should have learned that definition decades ago, while still in diapers. But no matter. I have been called many things, and repetitious is one of them. I have also been called redundant several times, and once I was called reiterative, if you can believe that. So, prime numbers. What are they? The simplest definition is this. Given the set of natural numbers greater than 1, let's call that set N2, then a prime is any number in the
Overheard
set
what you said
N2
earlier,
is not
that
itself
nobody
the
wants
product
Auntie's
of the
choice
two
here.
other numbers in the set
Maybe not
N2.
right now,
A
but
simple,
that tune will change once these
elegant,
folks see just what we're offering.
almost ascendant,
Freedom.
say, but
Freedom
not
at the point of a gun. Don't
redundant.
strike you as a mighty forceful.
So liberation is only acceptable on your terms.
Why isn't
Give the
one
order, and I'll take care of him, Commander.
divided other than itself? And the answer is simple, you silly lay person. Because with such an inclusion to the definition of a prime number, then nothing else would be a prime number. And then what good are prime numbers? Wait, you ask, what good are prime numbers? Why would we want to find and use prime numbers? There are all kinds of abstract number theory applications, and that should and would be sufficient reason to want them. But there are also, how should I say, practical applications, such as maintaining the security of bit cartridges. In fact, our archive uses primes for that reason and many more. The archive incorporates prime numbers for storage and retrieval on its ultra-efficient system of data bricks, as well as using prime numbers in the process of checking its memory stores for corruption, lest its calculations be tainted by such. But if you strive to become a numeristics researcher, there are several open questions in the area of prime number study. One such question is this. Is every even member of the set N2 besides 2 a sum of 2 primes? It seems to be so. But no one has ever proven this conjecture. Similarly, an infinite number of primes that seems unlikely, but we have been unable to find discover and become tenured lawyers of the tertiary adjunct school of military of the Order of the Ascendant. Such a lofty, and dare I say, elegant goal. Positions to you all. Good day.
Let me know when you needed a stretch.
Axiom denatured process lab Axiom of choice from the Order of the Ascendant. In times of peril, remind yourself, contentment is found in the grand plan. Understanding your purpose, knowing your course, removes all worry and doubt. Consistency in your work is wonderful. Consistency in playlists is not. Now for a new sound.
left is publicized. Quickly elucidate and demonstrate. QED. Get to the point and do not vacillate.
Message goes down, Commander. Oh, coming from everywhere. Hey, got a distraction for you. I'm at it.
Ready. Frankly, it's the gravel claws angry. This thing's got mean streaks.
Sourced, peer-reviewed sound of scientism.
Abbot Newell here to impart a message of significant value, conveyed to me by Alexandria Monastery's most trusted conjecturer, Seer Ryan. To all those tossed hither and thither by war's perilous fluctuations, the Order invites you to seek stability and shelter in Matriarch's mercy. While reincarnations do persist, the effort to improve conditions is being spearheaded by Mr. Wall, who I have been reliably informed has everything previously scheduled. Abbot Newell of Alexandra Monastery. How is that, Wyatt? What? It's still... Wait, on your command! How do I stop the...
End message with an emphatic sign-off such as, "You'll never be sad when you have solutions." That apparently was a note to self.
Continuing as predetermined. Warning, the following song mentions some...
My aftermarket parts are
improper,
prime.
something your fractions should never be.
Hello again. Have you brought me the pupa? Oh, thank law. Here's the reward I promised. I am downright giddy to get it into my lab so I can start my experiments.
Let's hope this doesn't come back to bite us. Or grow up to bite us, rather.
Get the source! Eyes up, troops! A mess of the bastards are coming from the east.
Did they follow those folks back from that nest?
Unveils the key.
insect in charge of product development. Anyone left for us to file a complaint to?
Can result in explanations. How can that be? How can that be? How can that be?
Nobody in their right mind is gonna believe I talk to these things now. Damn lucky I've got to figure out how to explain this mess, or I'd feed you to the...
Broadcasting cognitive resonance.
You to the bug myself.
This is Grand.
Well, that certainly was a horrific bit of chaos, but you made the right decision by giving the pupa to me. The research value it will provide is enormous.
Vicar Maxisi on hand to answer anything you ever wanted.
Absolutely. And that research will bring me promotions, wealth, and status that is long overdue. My genius will ascend the corporate ladder, and they will be lucky to have me. Yes, you have your bits, and I will have a long, illustrious career spanning decades. Works out perfectly for both of us. And now, you should be off to your next adventure.
Depicted in their propaganda. In any case, for the sake of our shared history with the Protectorate, centuries united in furtherance of scientism, I will provide a thoughtful answer. Sadly, the Protectorate's befuddled masses are convinced we rejected them in their hour of need, when plundersome corporatists raved at their gates. I would gently inform them that they, in fact, abandoned us in Golden Ridge, leaving us to fend against the corporatist tide and tend to Protectorate refugees left behind. Also, I would remind them that their consul, string puller of the Protectorate's puppet regime, attempted the arrest and execution of presiding Bishop Ruth Bassar 3 years ago. There's sufficient rancor to go around. Of course, we foresaw the consul's nefarious scheming, further vindication of the plan, and our predictive methodologies. You'd think the Protectorate would learn. All they have is their paradigm, a 5-year-old's book report on the plan. Elementary math at best, just hollow hokum, poorly conceived. I only hope someday our former colleagues realize their miscalculations. When that happens, we will reunite in thought and purpose to solve the universal equation.
Stay tuned for what follows.
When we first met, your eyes pierced
Rats tingling, all charged up.
You're back. Please tell me you've had some luck in finding us compression coils. Lovely. Every coil gets us that much closer to saving these lives. It's a start. Thank you. Please, come back when you found more.
It's a flawless combination of this fatal attraction.
Hey, damage-prone daredevil. You're getting battered and bruised, brutally battling Auntie's enemies. So we're honoring your sacrifice by winning the war on high prices. Welcome to Bonnie's barely above-board battlefield bazaar, Brought to you by Auntie's Choice. We know consumers are highly discerning in how they spend their bits in an active war zone, and I really appreciate you dodging literal bullets to bring me your business. And to show my gratitude, I'm offering you and only you a one-of-a-kind, once-in-a-lifetime, exclusively discounted rate of 4/5 of Auntie's standard profiteering rate. Only so long as you tell nobody of this amazing offer. If everybody got that deep a discount, I'd go out of business for sure. So, what will you be buying today?
In our dynamic process, the temperature increased. It never remained constant. It was impossible to decrease. Caught in a catalyst, leading to combustion. Stuck in entropy from chaos to decomposition of this fatal attraction.
No offense to Val. Anyway. Need something, Commander? Sure. Oh.
This fatal attraction.
We hope you enjoyed that melody, while contemporaneously wishing you did not find its tempo, chord progression, form, and/or meter overly distracting.
This popular number has been conclusively proven to promote cognitive function.
It's not enough to say you think so without defending your position. We won't accept a hunch or feeling, an idea think you know it all. The answer's in your heart. Unless you show the light, your theory will be picked apart. Your theory will be picked apart. Prove it, yes, prove it, just do it.
Well, hello there, consumer. If you haven't yet, you should be sure to avail yourself of our retail opportunities downstairs. You're here for the view? Of course. I've seen about every meter of this rock by one means or another. So if you're looking to bargain, I'm sure I've got info for you. Say 250 bits per location?
On this intellectually stimulating episode of Notable Locations of Scientific Inquiry,
Uh-huh.
we contemplate the colossal. A computronic construct so powerful, it requires a planetary mass ice ball to both house its analytical engine and cool it to 274.24 Kelvin. Bundle yourself in cold weather outerwear as we visit Elysium's Ice Moon Cloister, home of the Archive. This miracle of decipherative machinery was engineered by the first bishop and the matriarch herself, so we could harness its predictive powers to unravel the universal equation.
You're back. Tell me that means you've got something helpful for me. Next, you go ensure there is no evidence that can allow the investigation to move forward that gets me and Bardot off the hook. You'll find Cuddy's body inside the tower. But you'll have to sneak your way past the guards. It simply wouldn't do for me to announce your intentions to the base.
The Archive's core assembly lies within the Ice Moon's inner mantle, where 2.7 billion thermionic valve switches perform the nitty-gritty of Boolean data calculation. Such processing generates tremendous heat, which is dissipated by the thermal transfer system. 4,367.89 kilometers of feed and return pipes circulate coolant between Cloister's subsurface seas and the core assembly. When in operation, the core would turn molten in 1.8 minutes without thermal transfer's consistent hydraulic pressure of 3,300 psi. Fortunately, this system is foolproof. It would take deliberate human intervention to operate the archive without the thermal transfer system. But who would act so irrationally? Input commands are delivered by complex punch cards that process information stored on data bricks. Only an operator wielding the Calcaduceus may set the archive to its tasks. To outsiders, it appears we are waving a mathematical magic wand, but we know better. It's scientism. Alas, the facility has slipped from our computational control, a loss not only for scientism, but all of humanity.
I've been told Chief Cuddy's corpse has gone missing, which is a surprise to both of us, I'm sure. Thank you for your help. You've saved 2 careers today and allowed us to put this whole miserable affair behind us.
Addendum?
Of course. Debts left unpaid decays our character and all of anti-society. And this torrid affair has come close enough to doing both already. Regardless, it's nothing but ink in the ledger now. And speaking of ledgers, Bardot is free. And here's the balance for yours. Which means we're done.
Entertainment is forthwith. And now a song from the composer predicted to have 3 well-liked melodies.
You did it! You actually did it! I can't believe you could get it done. Thank you, thank you, thank you! I'm so glad to be out of that damn cage. Someone else's crime. So you know what happened? That good-for-nothing rung leech! That done dead. I can't believe he'd... Oh, he's about to learn that poor Chief Cuddy's not the only one with executive contacts in the family. My cousin's a VP in R&D who used to head testing on Numa. Abner's going to spend the rest of his downright miserable life wishing he just confessed and took what's coming. That makes me extra thankful for what you did. If it'd been left in Abner's hands, he'd have made sure they'd thrown me in a hole so deep, even the Sprats wouldn't come visit. I've put in for that transfer, and under the circumstances, I think they'll give it to me. Thank you again for your help.
Greetings once more, potential qualified engineer. Searching for navigation data back to Matriarch's Mercy. Null. Result. Error. Navigation systems offline. Accurate statement detected. This unit is both helpless. Farewell.
Sorry. It's kind of...
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
Any luck with the Sprat hunt? Decent quality, all things considered. Frankie's work is second to none. You can tell the good doctor I'll be around shortly, armed with needle and thread, calipers, and my finest jar of glass eyes. No, thank you. It's always a pleasure to bring passion to one's work, even when that passion is a tad morbid. Be seeing you, Agent.
This is Grand Plan Wireless, broadcasting soothing tunes for your audio canal and enriching content for your cerebral cortex around the chronometer until we achieve ascension.
What caused this? Friends, neighbors, while you shelter in Matriarch's
Advisory presently transiting the Golden Ridge region. Utmost caution is highly urged.
Word to wise? Don't accept anything here that's given for
Strike
free.
me keeping everything
You'll
above
pay,
board.
one
Keep your
way or
nose
another.
clean and your deals dirty.
You got business? No? Move on.
Auntie's choice troops have been espied bivouacked in trenches crisscrossing the highlands. And although a ceasefire exists, a healthy degree of circumspection.
Reckon you at least know how to oil the gears of ingress. Likely you ain't some protectorate or order stoolie. But I'm still gonna be watching. Go ahead.
Travelers are instructed to closely monitor their surroundings at all times, whilst peregrinating
Greetings. What can I help you with? Let me guess. One of your co-occupants is always hanging up his or her britches in your corner of the yurt. Am I right? Or you're dealing with more of a stay off my palate or that's my air you're breathing sort of thing. Pray elucidate the exact nature of your tiff of contention.
More music to perform advanced calculations by.
Generating primes, techniques,
Really?
and uses.
Like they strung a few words together in a row and it all made sense? That's a marked improvement on earlier. Guessing they left out a bunch, though. Here, in Matriarch's Mercy, if you're not a member of the Order, you're probably living close to somebody else. In some cases, sleeping on top of them. Sort of thing tends to cause friction between neighbors. Would lead to fights, but nobody here wants trouble with the Order. So they hire our hooligans to battle by proxy.
Techniques and uses thereof.
It's the Order, so they don't kick you out or nothing. It's all community betterment volunteering. If you're former Auntie's Choice, it smacks kind of like work for free. If you're former Protectorate and it don't involve automechs, it's all terrifyingly mystifying somehow. We say whoever wins the fight wins the argument. But frankly, it's never anything of consequence, like, okay, hurrah! This guy gets back his mangy button. Now, how can I help you exactly?
Also been called redundant several times.
Ugh, a tourist. Well, clear out then, huh? Can't have you scaring off real customers. I got a bunch of yeggs, 2 pugilized pugilists, and a cicada to feed.
Let's call that set N2. Then a prime is any number in the set N2 that is not itself a product of 2 other numbers in the set N2. A simple
Your nose was just a stand.
uplifting.
Where do we go
Ascendant, you could say.
Another
but
refugee
not
Oh.
redundant.
Administrant Agrawal.
Side note,
Here to finally hash this out, are you? Thought this day would never come.
Yes, well, our esteemed outsider here has agreed to thoroughly appraise our situation, in the hope that we may finally close the book on the exclusion zone once and for all.
They say you asked around. Listen to folks. That's a good start, at least.
Wait, you ask? What good are prime
Speaking as a representative of the Order, we will abide by the mediator's decision if you do the same.
Agreed.
Mediator, I leave the fate of the exclusion zone in your capable hands.
But there are also, how should I say,
Speak on then.
applications, such as maintaining the security of bit cartridges. In fact, our archive uses primes for that reason and many more. The archive incorporates prime numbers for storage and retrieval on its ultra-efficient system of data bricks, as well as
You actually got the provisioner to give you the time of day. Huh.
Ah, yes. I sometimes forget Provisioner Plotnik is also assigned to minding the displaced's needs. Her role is largely proactive, while mine is reactive.
Area of prime number study. One such question is this. Is every even member of the set N2 besides
I'm appreciative of you all getting us food and medicine, but she needs backup.
I suppose I'll take it under advisement.
Similarly, are there an infinite number of
You mean
prime
that missionary
heirs that differ
type
by
who's always
only
talking
2 in
at
their
everybody instead of to them?
Seems unlikely, but we have been unable to find an upper limit. Perhaps you could discover one of these proofs and become the next senior.
Her mission is to uplift and enlighten.
She's indoctrinating, not helping us. Can't you see the difference?
Point
Dare
taken.
I say elegant goal.
Did he also happen to mention they were needlessly oblique and vague?
And good day.
But our predictions are given to inform and protect, not to frighten. Forgive me. I do not mean to disrupt.
I'm all ears, mediator.
Creativity and focus.
The what now?
When grievances between the displaced approach fisticuffs, we hire sub-rosa hooligans to duke things out for us.
That is unquantifiably absurd. And I don't see how moving into the exclusion zone will help.
Consistently rated the best from the Order of the Ascendant.
The fault here is my own. I see now that the displaced require guidance steeped in logic and reason.
The universal equation should maturate more rapidly and solve its own problems.
I understand he is rather short-handed.
Yeah. Someone should get right on that, huh? Anyhow, what was the good doctor's diagnosis? At Auntie's Choice, we'd view this from a lens of how sickness undercuts productivity.
That is indeed unfortunate, but the dangers predicted for the exclusion zone may outweigh these concerns. Collapsed, but we built Matriarch's Mercy to optimize comfort and safety.
I'm guessing you're saying this wasn't an official structure, more of a hastily assembled, precariously built shanty. People are struggling to make do with what they have. If we had the exclusion zone, this wouldn't be a problem.
I'm aghast these structures weren't built following established order construction guidelines. By my calculations, you've explored this topic from every conceivable angle. Admirable work, Mediator. I suspect that your sympathies lie with the displaced. Unfortunate if true, but I leave the decision in your capable hands. Are we to have a stalemate for the rest of our days? This cannot be what the prediction foretold.
You sure about this? I mean, talk about wasted effort on your part.
Well, if this is the fate that was augured, then I will not complain, though it goes against my very nature. Please, be safe. That's all I ask.
Not to worry, Administrant. The exclusion zone is our problem now. Here, you stay out of trouble. We'll try and do the same.
In our dynamic process, the temperature increased. It never remained constant. It was impossible to decrease. Caught in a catalyst, leading to combustion. Stuck in entropy from chaos to decomposition.
What happened to this place?
The paradigm is
This fatal attraction. This fatal attraction.
a self-centered.
As determined, you're listening to Grand Plan Wireless. For transpiring events, philosophical profundities, As determined, you're listening to Grand Plan Wireless. For transpiring events, philosophical profundities, informed insight into the future. also music. You cannot possibly do the right thing today without knowing what will happen tomorrow. In the order of the ascendant, we predict tomorrow, so you can have a day today. Keep put. Much is left to come. The following song has been determined to facilitate abstract thinking and constructive rumination. Authorized entry is barred due to contrivance malfunction, laboratory unspeakable danger.
Please call again at a more convenient
And then one day our eyes did meet.
Hello? Someone there?
Set into motion that
Yes?
telltale
Did the missive not play, or was it garbled in some way? Are you somehow struggling with coherence? If so, to be clear, Zeranium Manufactory 7, presently and for an indeterminate time, is in lockdown. That means no external transmissions, no visitors. Wait, you have a writ? From the abbot? We don't have any means of... yes, they said they have a... yes, sir. This is Factor Maytag. Am I to understand you have orders from the abbot? Quite convenient for you. I have no way of verifying without allowing you entry. Oh. Very well. Come inside and we'll see this sorted. Building on the left.
Yes, right over here. You're not getting down below until you talk to me. So, the abbot deigned to send someone whilst we're contending with all manner of emergencies, did he? Wait, is that an Auntie's Choice enhanced soldier with you? Oh, I see what this is. Stay back. We have no desire to escalate things further. Don't do something you'll regret.
We want answers, not a fight. And if indeed there's any retribution to be had, it won't be by my hand. Tell him, Commander.
Surely. Far be it from me to question the irreproachable prudence of an enigmatic caller. Sometimes I cannot fathom what goes through the abbot's mind, but your papers do seem to be legitimate. I will unlock the elevator so you can speak with Proctor Svoboda below. I'll send word you're en route, but fair warning, I cannot predict what reception you will receive. I expect your behavior will remain impeccable. As soon as I've seen to securing the facility, I'll be along straight away. We have a working hypothesis about who is responsible. Initial evidence looks rather conclusive. And we have managed to corner the apparent perpetrator down below, which would be a good thing if they had not, somehow seized control of the manufactory operations.
Questions.
Your supposition, although grammatically dubious, is statistically correct. It is an error I will guard against making further. Our suspect, one Initiate Alva, previously supervised launch controls. Though steadfastly maintaining her innocence, she has also barricaded herself in the operations control room below. A move not likely to allay anyone's suspicions.
Such queries regularly, based on a method known as merged spline interpolation.
Both of them? Well, one can hardly argue against thoroughness. I admit I'm to a reasonable degree pleased you are on hand to corroborate current suppositions. May your query yield favorable results.
Second query, should I have another offspring? I already...
It evidently originated here. Hello, layperson.
But here's a general calculation based
Apologies, but an automechanical
Calculate the sum of the children and the first 5 couples that live to your left, and add to it the sum of the children.
Initiate Alpha, stand
Total sum is less than
Relinquish
23.
control of this
You should have
facility
another child.
immediately.
If the sum is
My
greater
dear
than
Proctor,
23,
you can't
you should
believe a
not
low-level
have another
drudge
child.
like me
If
is
the sum
responsible for any of
exactly
this.
23,
You'd have us all believe you seized control to demonstrate your
Final question
innocence.
for the vicar.
Wait,
Do
is this
these
being
pantaloons
broadcast?
make
I
my
have no
posterior
idea
look
how
overly
this
substantial?
doodad works. You're the one in charge here, Proctor Svoboda.
Instead,
are you sure you can do something? I demand your unconditional surrender at...
What happens next may surprise
Hello,
you,
Proctor?
but not
I'm
us.
pushing buttons over here now. Did I disconnect you somehow?
And now, more music to perform advanced calculations.
Emergency detoxification initiated. What's her name took over?
Now's not really the time for a chat. You need something?
I'm not clear to speak with random factors.
Ah, yes, of course. Next on my list of lowest probability events, strangers sent by the abbot, gallivanting about amidst a lockdown. If we'd been able to communicate beyond our walls, might have saved you a trip. As I can successfully report, we have identified the responsible party. A low-level subordinate, assigned here years ago. But I'm now realizing how little we actually know about her. A spy or turncoat, no doubt. A sleeper agent from one of those secret enemy programs you're always hearing about. Within a beat of us hearing of the attack, Alpha seized command of the system and locked herself in the control center. She then forcefully repelled several attempts to extricate her. 2 are dead already. Poor Jacobs lost a hand trying to pry free the outer doors. Why, she could destroy this entire place at any moment from in there. I implore you to stop her before she does so. I fear violence may be our only recourse. Whatever for. We've already established her guilt. Failed to see the use, frankly. I suppose some limited nosing about before dispatching her wouldn't hurt. Presuming she doesn't kill us all in the meantime. I'll be in my office. Let me know once she's no longer a problem.
Now this which described the Varakian's cursory as slavering when it attacked. How much viscous fluid would you estimate was? I don't know anything about the fluid's flow.
Of course she's hiding something. You think those 2 exemplars are just hell wrong? They're
Real
hardly prone to
perception.
involuntary self-injury.
Brain cases.
Oh, hello. A visitor. Who is it they're sending now? And who are you, dear? You're what? Some maverick for hire. Oh, no, I can see it now. Earth Directorate, yes? Like Commander Zane and that rascal Buddy. And who is that you brought with you? A friend. Ah, an Auntie's Choice grafted soldier. You poor dear. And someone else. Another Earth Directorate agent, I see. Seems sad.
Is she talking about me?
All this for me. Fear I hardly deserve such attention. This entire business is just a terrible misunderstanding.
Now for a new song.
Oh, believe you me, I'd like to know that more than anyone. I am thoroughly unaware how anyone would think me capable of all this. I was apparently at the wrong point in space at the wrong point in time. Really? Do you see me, a saboteur? Oh, don't they always attempt to, flee the scene? I'll tell you exactly what happened. Our transport pod leveled outpost opportunity. I immediately realized someone must have bypassed my terminal. I initiated a lockdown to block further tampering. Had I not, additional attacks may have continued. Now, despite a long record of dedicated service, who's being blamed for this calamity? Me, somehow. Dear me, I wish I did, but... Actually, there may be a way you could gain answers here. The firing record should contain all relevant details regarding the launch. Why, yes, I could unseal access to the records repository for you, and open the path leading there. I'd be right grateful if you'd have a look. I swear I'm completely innocent of this heinous act they're accusing me of. If you need to hear me say it, surely. I promise not to destroy this facility with all of us in it. Was that reassuring enough? Appreciate your help, dear. Please return when you have found something. May the plan favor us against long odds.
Investigator, these circumstances proceed toward intent. Always account for standard deviation.
You have a very non-scholarly look about you.
That guy here. Don't see Auntie's being too dissuaded.
Another installment of Ask a Vicar with Vicar Max Sisa. A recent inquiry. Why do I hear order product?
Well, hello. Have an update to share with Initiate Alva?
Hello. I've been conversing with Factor Matadier here while you were away. Understand you've met?
Yes. They witnessed me rather discomposed, I fear. Visions of Auntie's choice reprisal clouded my thoughts at the time.
The Factor is less accusatory in his questioning than certain others, which I respect. Good manners cost nothing, I always say.
Troops now guard the entrance above. Our safety addressed, I have turned my attention to the cause of our situation here, and I have deemed it wise to investigate further. Do not let my position fool you. All within the Order are scienticians, and hence we seek the truth of any hypothesis based on evidence. The Proctor's accusation is no different. A recent security audit brought up several curious messages meant for an unknown party, sent from a terminal somewhere on the premises. We were unable to track down the whereabouts of this mystery terminal, but one message contained certain oblique references to placing blame. Nothing conclusive, yet enough to give me pause.
You examined the launch records, yes? Did you find anything, dear?
In all cases that we know, starting where n is so low, now you know just what to do.
I suppose the data wipe was meant to cover their trail. The physical records would have been altered, dear, presumably by some difficult-to-discern chemical means. Ah, but listen to me. What do I know about this sort of thing? I know I've watched too many Aetherwave serials. Suppose they fuel my fervent imagination. But still, even the most junior scientist knows the best explanation is one requiring the fewest assumptions. Ergo, I set the correct coordinates. Someone overrode them. Someone may be pulling her strings, perhaps. That's what investigators like you say, isn't it? Now, what you uncovered appears to imply two further avenues of inquiry. A uranium leak occurred moments after the launch. I imagine it may have been used as a diversion, allowing the culprit time to falsify the record. The overriding of the coordinates also deserves a look, don't you think? I expect this uranium leak stemmed from alterations to the control boards and refinement logistics. I'd look for any signs of tampering that may point to the culprit.
I can speak to the coordinate override, I believe. All commands are routed through the hub in central processing. If one meant to accomplish what you're suggesting, they would likely look to do it there.
It's Fibonacci, a sequence largely.
Oh, I'm full of hidden depths, dear, but this isn't the time. Later, I promise. Anything you want to know, from my first science crush to my scientician aptitude test scores. All right. There. I've unsealed both areas. With hope, what you discover will help us determine the responsible party.
I'll stay here and play for more time. If the Proctor sends anyone, I'll say I'm close to convincing you to surrender.
1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 65, 89, 1, 24, and so on. And it's Fibonacci, a sequence largely something proceeding that moves us one place, define the representation, and us to sequence summation.
Had plenty of managers like Svoboda back on Tau Ceti. Couldn't take responsibility for nothing.
As determined, you're listening to Grand Plan. For transpiring events, philosophical profundities, informed insight into the future.
Talk to Luke. Just give the signal.
Wisdom from an academic so in touch with today's inquisitive laypeople youth. Time for Ask a Vicar with Vicar Magsaysay. The charismatic mathematician is always a popular topic. To wit, a listener asks, what's this about the mathematician and his propensity for questioning?
Got my lamps on and on front.
I am decidedly in your debt. Anything you need? Anything I, a lowly archivist, can provide you, a heroic individual who is handy with doors?
The color
Of course. I am now able to breathe easy and respond freely.
When asked about the average color of space,
Strange question, but yes, all commands pass through the hub here. Through that wiring underneath that open floor panel in the back of the room, actually.
to experience luminous drive.
Well, in my professional opinion, looks like someone rerouted some commands from operations. Not sure which ones. Based on the sloppy state it was left in, I'd say they either barely knew what they were doing or were in a rush, or both.
No, it would
I was in my cot doing advanced equations. After the explosion occurred, I rushed here to check my terminal. The door was creaky to open. I should have known it would lodge in place when it closed, but I was distracted by the disheveled state of the room and rushed inside.
The basics of thermal divarication emission theory. The typical piece
Works in operations, right? Always on about her stories. Wish I had time to watch serials and read all day. Well, that's about everything I know about everything. Let you be on your way. Careful on your way out. Try not to be liquefied and subsequently devoured.
However, most stellar objects generate far more radiation than they absorb, so they can be modeled as an idealized object, which is assumed to absorb 100% of all electromagnetic radiation and re-emit some based on its temperature and composition. Stellar composition determines what packets of light.
May all your endeavors elicit
While
expected
stellar
results.
temperature determines the frequency of light and hence what
Troublemaker approach.
spectrum that light is in.
Looks like a fight.
Visible to us without that intensification. Not described. As the stellar body temperature increases, emitted light shifts up to visible light, through red into orange, then yellow, then white. Even rare blue stars exist. These are the hottest stars, emitting mostly blue and invisible ultraviolet light. So why are there no green stars, you wonder? I would think listeners could easily draw a visual conclusion for themselves, but if I'm not, it's because any star emitting green light also emits bluish and or reddish light too, resulting in a non-green star. There is no naturally occurring stellar composition that emits...
Alva's been here for how many...
In fact, such a composition itself...
May all your endeavors add to the equation.
...intelligent interference. No such evidence is
Something about that album doesn't square. And she called me sad. I'm not sad. Just for the record.
The famous stellar photographer. The methodology of the Odescards chronospectral survey was straightforward. Keep up astronomical
Yes, suppose you'll do.
each object.
I'd been hoping an empiricist or assessor would amble by, but you appear reasonably apt. The Zeranium overflow vending has gone completely haywire. What else will this higgledy-piggledy nightmare of a day bring? I was ordered to keep watch until a specialist arrives. Might I entreat you to act in such a capacity? The control board to divert the flow of Zeranium is up yonder in refinery logistics. If so, I have something for your time and effort.
Beige. More specifically, in the cylindrical coordinate model of color space, the hue...
We developed a pharmaceutical primer that, technically it poisons you a little, but also heals you quite effectively. Shut off the gas, it's yours.
Color tends towards white. The addition of a variety of reds...
Tremendous. Why, this day may average toward the positive yet. May deliberate endeavors beget expected results.
So go forth, neophytes, and as you study your lessons, stare at the nondescript walls of your library, classroom, or dormitory facility, and exult in the knowledge that is also color of the
Structurally compelling yet categorically veracious statements regarding products researched and designed to increase energy, efficiency, creativity, and focus.
Make your desired outcome be a probabilistic certainty with chemical vegetable explosions.
you enjoyed our casts. Now try our expulsions from the Order of the Sentinels. Unlock humanity's true potential in due course, in due time, each fulfilling our prescribed role within the grand plan. And now a song from a composer predicted to have 3 well-liked melodies and become allergic to water this year.
Probability and the grand plan. There can be no discussion of the grand plan without also entertaining a deep contemplation of probability. Our ability to predict events to varying degrees of certainty is fundamentally rooted in statistical mathematics. Statistics at
You're back. I see my choice in you was well-founded.
Data that is gathered, collated, and subjected to
Uranium overflow venting has returned to a non-haywire state, and my internal levels of disquietude have lessened along with it.
of pure chance. If one flips a perfectly balanced
With the leak abated, I am fully prepared to be peppered with queries.
with a 1 in 2 chance.
Now that you mention it, yes. I recall I was worried about one crisis, then my mind was completely occupied by this other crisis nearby. I must admit, I haven't given the attack a single thought since. I do hope everyone's okay.
Outcome.
Not much. Keeps to herself mostly, or that is entirely. Like all of us, she resided in the barracks 15 degrees to the northeast from here.
Now we come to one of the most...
You mean just after the attack occurred? I was in a state of anxiety at the time, and, well, I'm sure you're aware higher levels of cortisol can impede the encoding of memory.
Flip the coin. Would it not be more
I am greatly... This card will allow you into our humble little research lab. It's right past operations, can't miss it, unless you do. The pharmaceutical primer I mentioned is inside on display.
Never left to chance? The answer, of course, is none. Only when there is less than complete information are we reduced to chance. At present, we do not have complete information. Instead, we are still forced to deal in probabilities, expected values,
May
and
circumstances
standard
proceed toward intended results.
which lead to the dreaded sigma of probability distribution. By necessity, we are forced to estimate outcomes based on assumed distributions of sample populations. Such a travesty. No, not a travesty, a tragedy. A horror. A horror the archive will help us avoid. Every bit of data collected, analyzed, and input by our archivists brings us closer to our goal, to the solving of the universal equation. Probability is not enough. Guesses are not enough. Incomplete information leads to inaccurate predictions, which lead to tragedies. We must not guess. We must
Always account for standard deviation.
help us know. Contribute any and all data you can collect to our proud archivists. And you too can say you contributed to the archive.
As was long since foreordained, that song was requested by the Department of Predictive Analysis and Ossification.
Warning, the following song mentions some actions that are improper, something your fractions should never be.
Oh, hello, dear. Why, we were just talking about you.
Or specifically, potential implications for a multitude of troubling scenarios, based on probable results of your investigation, downstream outcomes, and such and the like.
You know how the order is. Always calculating something. But please, tell us what you discovered.
That you found evidence that the coordinates were rerouted is definitely something. Would be an odd step for Alva here to take, except perhaps to throw blame elsewhere.
I admit I had the knowledge to cause the leak, but not the authorization. Svoboda has clearance, but not the know-how. I'm sufficiently certain our proctor is conspiring with an outside party, so I'm coming out now. She's going to tell me who she's working with. Then I'm going to kill her.
Wait a minute. You're going to what? Our investigation, it's unfinished. And you're an initiate. What are you talking about?
Oh, I see you two thought you were proving my innocence. No, you were helping identify my target. I'd advise you, dears, to help or stay out of my way. Proctor Svoboda needs to pay for her actions.
Yes, I concur. That may be the only part of this that seems certain. You are far more capable than some back manufacturing button pusher. Who are you, really?
I am a dedicated agent of the Order, but no, dear. My name is not Miriam Alva. I am Marisol Delgado, formerly of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection.
That group was just a story to scare novice scienticians. Next, you're going to be telling me you're... Wait. It is you, isn't it? The one they called the Endpoint. I must admit, I'm not entirely sure. The rumors about your department. They said anyone who might delay the equation being solved disappeared. If there are any hints of truth to that, I find it severely at odds with Order tenets for balancing efficiency with humanity.
This is hardly the time for a history lesson or debate, I'm afraid. I arrived decades ago to lie low after a difficult assignment. More than that, I have nothing to speak on at present.
That you are who you are, and are standing right, and have been here for years. It's all much to digest. I suspect your methods are not my own, nor the Order's, as I know it. And I fear your intentions for Proctor Svoboda.
Informational details for near present and future calculations. All pay heed and take warning.
It's sweet that you think you can stop me, but I'll elucidate this for you. At this point, you'll either need to trust me or back that worm Svoboda. That ridiculous little functionary upended my existence. For 20 years, I was Alva. It wasn't a good life I had here, but it was quiet. It was mine. It wasn't hers to take.
This would mean standing against a member of the Order. A mid-ranking one, at that.
It's all the more unpredictable and dangerous. Unfortunately, given the current state of Golden Ridge infrastructure, we cannot verify the N-ray range's status.
I cannot be party to this, but neither shall I stand in your way.
A wise calculation, my friend. Good thing you showed up when you did. You saved me from having to kill everyone here.
Now do carry on. And as always...
Svoboda has much to answer for. Let's go see that she does.
What's this? What are you doing here? Come to surrender, I take it?
After decades keeping this identity, your inexpert blundering has rendered it obsolete. I am Marisol Delgado, former head intercessor of the Order. This would be an ideal time to confess everything before you die.
You can't possibly be party to all this. Not with her vast misdeeds so readily apparent.
Our investigator has definitively determined my innocence following a thorough investigation.
I don't know what you found, but any so-called evidence was likely laid there for someone to discover. By a party with years spent in hiding. This is all nothing more than a flagrant example of artifice and bunco. An elaborate song and dance from an admitted imposter.
Enough, traitor. You made your play. You lost. No more deception. No more lies. Time to pay what is due.
No, wait,
Thus concludes a thoroughly distasteful business. Best search her office. Someone clearly was pulling her strings.
It would have been nice to perform that search before there was a corpse in the room, but pickers and choosers.
The terminal unsealed the effluvium repository. That's traditionally off limits. Ideal spot to hide something. We should take a look. This space used to be brimming with runoff chemical sludge. It's been renovated, I see. Another terminal. Go ahead. You should have the honors. The Proctor's efforts appear part of a larger scheme. Ah, of course. I should have assumed you had a greater purpose here. I have some unfinished business I need to get back to. I could use help from an operator like you. Believe my specific skills could benefit your efforts as well. I propose a strategic partnership. You help me, I help you. What do you say?
You have tuned your receiver to grand.
Good, good. It's a little crowded here, though, isn't it?
A statistically significant number of scientists agree. Vinculum
Well then, until the appointed hour.
advantageous. Help your food taste better together with Vinculum from the Order of the Ascendant. Always remember, every moment, every minute calculation brings us closer to solving the universal equation. Avid followers of our predictive playlists are already aware of which song follows. Interested in receiving our weekly selection of mathematical clues? Visit your local predictory.
I realize you didn't receive the most welcome of receptions here. I can't completely argue with that. I recognize you've done right by us here today, and I appreciate your efforts.
Please don't take me on a co-tangent.
This fatal attraction.
Please tell me there's a damn good reason you're back. Well, I suppose it can't reflect badly on me to simply report the facts. And you have already made me look better in the eyes of the executives. All right, I'll send it. What else do you have for me? Wonderful. I do love a subordinate that can honor their obligations and make me look good. And if you'll leave me, I've got lots left to attend to. But do come back if you can be of any further use to me.
In our dynamic process, the temperature increased. It never remained constant. It was impossible to decrease. Caught in a catalyst, leading to combustion. Stuck in entropy from chaos to decomposition of this fatal attraction. This fatal attraction. This fatal attraction.
Broadcasting cognitive resonance across Arcadia, this is Grand Plan Wireless. Exactly on the predicted hour, it's another installment of Ask Vigor, the Vigor Makes Us. A listener asks, who was the charismatic mathematician? Why did he call him thus?
The man responsible for elevating an academic advisory board to a humanity-saving belief system. The answer to who was is more elusive. No one knows his true name, which is lost in the annals of history. The sobriquet of charismatic mathematician comes from his early days as a professor emeritus of cognitive mathematics. His lectures were known to leave students in tears, on the verge of mental transcendency. Yet the subject of his teachings are outside the scope of today's question. We must respect the process. If anyone wishes to know what the charismatic mathematician actually taught, simply ask, and I will answer in a later installment of Ask a Vicar. If you're feeling anxious about what's next, just wait. Things to come have a way of constantly happening. The future is colliding with the present every moment.
And now a song from a composer predicted to have 3 well-liked melodies and become allergic to water this year.
Probability and the grand plan.
Okay, Nancy.
There can be no discussion of the grand plan without
Hey,
also...
we're trying to train the Manisaur. Get out of the...
My records show you have an outstanding fine for past offenses. Pay up or face Auntie's justice.
Commander, if you'd like to have me handle this, I'm more than able.
Statistics, at its heart, is not but data. Data that is gathered, collated, and...
We've got the executive blessing to do company business as we see fit. You don't want to contradict Auntie herself, do you?
No, ma'am, never. Please excuse me.
That's probably the last time that little story gets us out of trouble. I'd rather not fight my own people, so keep your nose clean, yeah?
Or tails with a 1 in 2 chance. But are there really 2 outcomes? Is there not one specific outcome we can determine? Yes. With complete information, there can be no chance. Only outcome. Complete information yields perfect predictions, 100% accuracy, known outcomes. Now we come to one of the most difficult concepts in order for initiates to grasp. If the result of the flip of a coin is known to be heads, is it necessary to flip the coin? Would it not be more efficient to simply go forward as if it had been flipped and proceed with whatever action that flip was intended to choose? If so, what part of that choice would chance? The answer, of course, is none. Only when there is less than complete information are we reduced to chance. At present, we do not have complete information. Instead, we are still forced to deal with probabilities, expected values, and standard deviations, which lead to the dreaded signal of probability distributions. By necessity, we are forced to estimate outcomes.
Way of constantly happening. The future is colliding with the present every moment.
Something your fractions should never be.
Think the cult's signaling that we ain't welcome here. But I ain't too keen on heeding signs.
Troublemaker approach! Tested me without subterfuge! Unhand me, and I'll show you how a true acolyte fights! Aggressive and ready.
I'll take care of him, Commander.
I'm here at the behest of the assaulted leader. You're betrayed the
Thanks for the assist, friend. Can't talk now. Got some killing to do. Now I get to show you what happens when you pull glorious dogs rules. And I promise you That seems to be the lot of them.
data validating or repudiating our forecasts and relevant information.
Appreciate the assistance. It's not every day I meet someone as readily familiar with wanton murder as myself. Serves me right trying to help those sorely lacking in the gray matter. But they rightly paid for their transgression. Betraying someone sent by the exalted leader of the glorious dawn herself warrants a painful death. Name's Azza. You are? We are simply a group of enlightened individuals seeking to spread the truth of the rifts, despite our persecution by those who seek to keep the masses aimless and distraught. The rifts only seem destructive because we are looking at them from the point of view of imperfect, mortal bodies. To be deconstructed by a rift is to be reborn in perfection. No, it does not. Perhaps I will tell you what does, should I ever count you among my few compatriots. There is one other thing. I have similar business at the N-ray range. These fools were only part of the contingent that betrayed me. I aim to see them pay the same price, though maybe with more disemboweling. Your violent tendencies could be of great help to me there, as I'm sure mine could be of service to you. If you deign to take me on, of course. I'm not going to wax poetical with you about my life while there's traitors in serious need of killing. All you need know is that I'm good with a knife. What do you say? Nothing that will live to regret. But it seems like you've already a full contingent with you.
Really, Commander? You're swapping me out for her? All right. When you need someone you can actually trust, you know where to find me.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go kill us some traitors.
Complexity is partially imaginary. No need for fear. The concept isn't very scary. Complexity is partially imaginary. You can handle it if you stay very wary. We have tools to tame high-order equations. They are useful in problematic occasions. You can take the formula's derivative, or use square roots of numbers that are negative. Complexity is partially imaginary. No need for fear. The concept isn't very scary. Complexity is partially imaginary. You can handle it if you stay very wary. Calculating the center of gravity of a shape possessing concavity, or a shape with manifold convexity. You can manage any such complex
statements regarding products researched and designed to increase energy, efficiency, creativity, and focus.
Leftover spratwurst, wilted lettuce, spoiled mayonnaise? Don't eat yesterday's sandwich. Instead, enjoy Cultured Banquet, a 100% fabricated meal, the consummation of consumption.
From the Order of the Ascendant.
There best be a stiff bottle waiting for me if I ever manage to make it out of this barrel.
Sounds like he's fighting for his life in there.
More music to perform advanced calculations by.
Oh no, it's... No, I'm really not. There was uranium on my hands when I came in here, and now it's... Why didn't I wash them first? No, I don't think so. I'll just suffer in here for a while longer. Whoa, why won't it stop burning?
I've got a much better way to end his suffering. Permanently.
What? No, that's not... Someone help me!
We're swapping crime!
Determined, you're listening to Grand Plan Wireless. For transpiring events, philosophical profundities, informed insight into the future, also music. You are a necessary part of the plan. Therefore, you need to be part of the Order of the Ascendant. Drop by our predictory today and find out how you can take an active part in your future. Keep put, much is left to come. This popular number has been conclusively proven to promote cognitive function.
That's the range, Commander. This will be glorious. Hope my enthusiasm doesn't get the better of me. Those traitors need to suffer.
Got some bad company.
Damn it all! The door's sealed. We'll need to find another way in. Now this is just sloppy. If I wasn't already here to kill all these traitorous fools, I'd be forced to use one or two as an example to the rest.
We can hear those wriggly little girlfriends of yours. Bring them close so we can
Stop your silliness, fool! The only ones losing body parts around here today are you and your traitorous friends!
.36 cubed divided by the standard rate of fluid flow, and then you multiply by, is it 30 or? Oh, hello. Look at the state of this poor fool. They just left her bleeding out? Exsanguination is an art. Where's the precision, the pride in their work? This is just embarrassing. There's a cultist behind you. Wait, surely she isn't with you. Fine. Just please keep her away from me.
This is Grand Plan Wireless.
Architect's mercy, thank you. It is so much easier to be polite when I needn't fear all of my bones sliding out of my body. Oh, dear Archivist Clemens has been so strange lately. So distant, so agitated. And not his normal agitation, mind you. This is something different. Much worse. He's deeper in the facility, working on something he deemed to be of the utmost importance. Either he is still below, continuing said work, or he is quite dead. And with all those cultists gallivanting about, I don't fancy his odds.
Please, with the way my so-called brethren are comporting themselves, he's more likely to die of boredom. If I was in charge here, all of you'd be dead. He soon will be.
Yes. I'm sure you'll kill them quite well.
It's still recording?
The crazed cultist, people like your friend here, have been sowing destruction throughout the range for days. I've seen few firsthand,
but that isn't because they've gone. Rather, I believe they have become visibility deficient.
Official content soon follows. And now a song from a composer predicted to have...
You can attempt such, but if my current state is any indication, the cultists are unlikely to be sporting with you.
Probability and the grand plan.
There's no such thing as invisibility. I can only theorize that their visual forms were sent out of phase when they haphazardly tampered with pressurized N-rays.
Their actions are inexcusable. Science allows us to unveil the wonder of the rifts. We do not disrespect it. Now, is there any science around here we can use to find and kill them?
It's a shame the facility is in shambles. Leave an N-ray scanner device that may render the cultists far easier for one to locate.
What is the role of chance?
The scanner is an optical device designed to detect electrical signals and the N-rays given off by all living beings. Visible or not, the cultists still give off N-rays. It was stored nearby. But with the damage to the facility, you'll likely need to use the maintenance vent on the wall there behind the screen to get anywhere near it.
Is there not one?
I appreciate your aid. I'm going to wait here and try to prevent my wounds from reopening.
Complete information. There can be no chance. Only outcome. Complete information yields perfect predictions. 100% accuracy. No.
I appreciate your help. Dying makes it so difficult.
One of the most difficult concepts in the order for initiates to grasp. If the result of the flip of a coin is known to be heads, is it necessary to flip the coin? Would it not be more efficient to simply go forward?
Try and keep your guts on the inside, Commander.
And proceed with whatever action that flip was intended to choose? If so, what part of that choice was ever left to chance? The answer, of course, is none. Only when there is less than complete information are we reduced to chance. At present, we do not have complete information. Instead, we are still forced to deal in probabilities, expected values, and standard deviations.
Look there, on the counter. Reckon it's the N-ray scanner that scientists was all about.
By necessity, we are forced to estimate outcomes based on assumed distributions of sample populations. No, not a travesty, a tragedy, a horror. A horror the archive will help us avoid. Every bit of data collected, analyzed, and input by our brings us closer to our goal. The solving of the universal equation. Probability is not enough. Guesses are not enough. Incomplete information leads to inaccurate predictions, which lead to tragedy. We must not guess. We must know. Help us know. Contribute any and all data you can collect to our proud archivists. And you too can say you contributed to the archive.
I appreciate your help. Dying, you can use it to see the wires connecting this door to the nearest override panel. Try not to electrocute yourself. I appreciate your
interest in your figure work and projections.
Consistency in your work is wonderful. Consistency in playlists is not. Now for a new song.
The spread, illnesses, and eventual control of the purple-berry parasite. OA Archive transcription number 3918-4 begins here. Hello. For the record, my name is Marie de Rothschild, Junior Archivist Class 4 of the Archive. Today, I would like to talk about irresponsible spread of the purple-berry parasite by Auntie's Choice and its numerous subsidiaries and former supernumerary, although that's a different lecture. The spread of this parasite included a corresponding rise in gastrointestinal illnesses and deaths until basic preventative measures were put in place after illness-related costs exceeded corporate profits. As is usual for Auntie's Choice. The The purple-berry parasite infects nearly 100% of all purple-berry bushes, both in the wild, on corporate farms, and even in our hydroponic collectives. Originally discovered on a single colony world, the purple-berry plant was subsequently spread throughout the colonies due to Auntie's Choice's poorly regulated interstellar shipping. Actually, it was due to Space's Choice, which somehow merged with another company to become Auntie's Choice. Honestly, these corporate interactions make little sense.
Nice job, Commander. Seems that scanner really did the trick.
Changing letterhead and mascot cartoons. So I will just refer to them as Auntie.
Eve opens the way forward. Very good work.
The purple-berry plant was at first thought to be poisonous, as the early colonists eating its berries started from the acquired from a corporate perspective before our stellar system was sealed and ceased daily interaction with the But again, belated testing by Auntie's Choice's unlettered scientists showed that the berries were not poisonous at all. Instead, they were infected with a microscopic parasite, the parasite, or PBP, as it is. More specifically, the PBP eggs are found in every berry of an infected plant, where these eggs have been subdermally injected by the second stage of the parasite.
You there, you must leave. Is that a cultist with you?
Don't worry. I'm not like these idiots running around here haplessly. If I was here to kill you, it would be no random thing. You'd know it. Are we here to kill this guy, Commander?
Which trigger their hatching. These parasites enter their second stage as spiky worm-like creatures with outsized pincer-like mandibles, which then proceed to feed on the host directly.
You're here to stop me. But if I'm stopped, the consequences will be exponential. Oh, I don't expect people like you or Augustine to understand. My work is humane and must be finished. All else is secondary. You must remove yourself from the range. I don't want your blood on my hands, but I will spill it if you force me.
Contents contain undigested purpleberry seeds. The distribution of the plants is increased.
No, don't you understand? If my work is forestalled in any way, so many more will suffer. And I am already much too far behind. I have been forced to enact measures for self-defense in the wake of these cultists. They will serve just as effectively against you. I beg you, leave immediately. Remain, and you will assuredly suffer a violent demise.
Scientists managed to ascertain any subsequent safeguards at all. After some additional casualties, plodding Auntie's Choice field researchers discovered that co-native planetary fauna was well adapted to the parasite and hardly affected by it to any large amount. The human colonists were not so fortunate. The PBP disrupted the human internal biome to such a degree that the eventual correspondingly large immune response leads to violently explosive diarrhea, resulting in the expelling of the worms, the berries, and most of the person's gastrointestinal tract. Human casualty rates were close to 100%, even when reluctantly given medical attention by Auntie's Choice doctors, who were more concerned with upselling unnecessary procedures or prescribing expensive ointments such as their antibiotics, a topical cream that offers no benefit to the dying patient except possibly smoothing away stubborn wrinkles, according to current literature. However, given the purpleberry's non-zero nutritional value and low growing costs, inpatient Auntie's Choice administration officials directed their labs to find ways to remove the parasite from the berry. A variety of methods were tested and found effective, but they were all time-consuming and wasteful of the edible portion of the purpleberries. So these
Victor, I
methods were
fully
deemed
understand the importance of your
non-cost-effective
work.
and rejected out of
This is
hand.
exactly why I push you so.
The answer was
Your
found
moral
not in the
justifications
lab,
for delaying your
but in
delivery are
history
misguided.
book.
Dead is
Specifically,
dead.
a history text
What matter
on
is it if their ends
Saltuna,
come in 1 minute
a
or
crossbreed
3?
of two
If
different
you seek to be
Earth fish
humane in your
species
duties,
called
fine.
salmon
So
and
long as I get the
tuna,
explosives
was
in
found
time.
that contained a reference to
But if we
anisakid
fail to
nematodes,
act,
or
the order will be
salmon
lost
worms,
forever.
with an estimated
Collateral
70
damage
to
was
90%
always inevitable,
of all
Victor. You
salmon
knew
being
this.
infected by
And the
these
longer you take in
parasites.
your laboratory,
More
the greater your risk
importantly,
of being
the
caught
text
becomes.
contained the solution
If
to
that happens,
eradicating these parasites.
You know what must be
Freezing.
done. But
The simple
I should
and
remind
obvious,
you that such a
yet
failure will
untried,
result in vastly
act
more
of
suffering
freezing
for
the salmon
all
meat
parties
kills
involved.
the embedded parasites.
We need those explosives
A quick
now,
test showed
Victor.
the same procedure worked on
Let's
PBP
finish
eggs,
this.
although without quite 100% effectiveness. The remaining parasite eggs were not removed, a method that was judged too wasteful and expensive, since they increased the protein content of the berries without affecting their texture or flavor in any discernible way. The microscopic egg remains were simply too small to be seen or heard by unaided eyes and tongues of their consumers.
Who has isolated you from my hand?
How
dare you?
Purple berries are now a common nutritional and flavoring agent throughout the country. Mindless anti-choice consumers especially purchase a large variety of purpleberry-themed foods and beverages, all of them labeled parasite-free. More accurately, the label should read,
Your drugs not a good look, Commander.
Choice once again demonstrates contempt for their customers, for nature, and for any pretense of safety. Another reason documentarians are grateful for our orders fabricated nutritional foodstuffs. OA archive transcription number 3918-4 ends here.
Look at the sad little sprat in his corrugated metal kit. I'm coming! Come up! Meant to merge with perfection!
Amplify.
Friend of friends are a greater ally than any number of fellow scientists.
Between meals, Lemma has you.
Oh, thank you very, very much for dealing with those cult... it seems you missed one.
What? Where? I thought we dispatched with all of those traitors, charlatans.
Counts the most. The following
Fine. Just trying to add some levity into this pathetic creature's drab existence.
I can see it would be best for me to tactically overlook your comrade. Very well. I see you possess our N-ray scanner. Ooh, ingenious device. If I'd had it, I may have evaded being trapped here. Oh, I shouldn't have had to worry. Damn that Victor, and damn his hubris. Fitting that his experiment would cause so much strife. That he would be untouched by the ensuing pandemonium.
Already hear the obtuse listener bleating with their faces contorted.
Excellent. He won't be so smug once he's been demoted to sub-archivist, that's for sure. I don't know the specifics, only that Victor was performing a procedure utilizing processed N-rays. When those cultists flooded the range, they damaged the N-ray canisters. In the ensuing chaos, Victor's experiment was destroyed. I know some cultists were killed, but many more still live, moving unseen through the range.
Absorbs most electromagnetic radiation that falls upon it.
Survived is something of an overstatement. Most of the cultists died immediately upon exposure, and according to past experiments, those that haven't are experiencing accelerated organ liquefaction. I would be more sympathetic to their collective plight, had they not promised to insert every item in this room down my throat in reverse alphabetical order.
Electromagnetic radiation and re-emit some.
Although it requires further investigation and they are physically here, but only partially, hence their unseen state. It's fascinating. But the outstanding fear for my life has made it difficult to think scientifically. Because he refused to follow procedure. He didn't fool, believe me, this is more excitement than I ever wanted. I shall.
Describe here. As the stellar body's temperature increases, its emitted light shifts up into visible light, through red into orange, then yellow, then white. Even rare blue stars exist. These are the hottest stars, emitting mostly blue and invisible ultraviolet light. So why are there no green stars, you wonder? I would think the listeners may draw this trivial conclusion for themselves, but if I must... It's because any star emitting green light also emits bluish and/or reddish light too, resulting in a non-green star. There is no naturally occurring stellar composition that emits solely packets of green light. In fact, such a composition itself would constitute evidence for intelligent interference, and no such evidence of any kind has ever been detected. Let's get back to Newton Odescard, the famous stellar cartographer. The methodology of the Odescard's chromospectral survey was straightforward. He partitioned his astronomical field of view into grids, then tagged each object in every grid. He ignored empty regions, as black would only dim the color and not change its fundamental hue. The light from every galaxy, star, nebula, and quasar was gathered and fed into a central tabulator for computation. The subsequent spectral analysis produced a final answer to within 0.5% of the predicted value. And that result was beige. More specifically, in the cylindrical coordinate model of color space, the hue is 42 degrees, while the saturation is a mere 9%, and the value is a full 100%. In more novice terms, while the color tends towards white...
Speak on the war effort and set all of your minds at peace. Council Thoreau?
Thank you, sir. Neighbors, fear not the corporatists at our gates. They present no threat to our way of life, no more than the odd cultist or those turncoats of the order. Our enemies covet our abundance. Such avarice is a rabid wolf clawing the door. When the people hunger for more, they will cut down their own brethren to sate their appetites. If we are to continue building perfection we've set our hearts and minds to, we cannot abide even a crack in our foundation. That is all it takes for such scourge to be in. Vigilance is a virtue. Beware of treasures. Their ideologies can be conducive to the vital cause in our blood. More than ever, remain watchful, neighbors.
Situation for durable! Patch yourself up!
Report any odd behaviors. My sentinels are never far, always watching, always listening.
Well, here's one you're absolutely sure to enjoy. A protectorate is my favorite.
All systems high. Let's set up to pass. It's perfection perfected. I'll never die inside in glass. Do your job. Every part is a call, and every subject ensures glorious down overall. To inform on your neighbor is thoughtful.
I cannot believe
If there's healing,
how many times must I say only death lies
with
ahead?
mental to help save
You have been
Please. You're the center of our system. You're what proves our might reign. We share success and failure, even when you're that we try. Without them, they all fail. We must trust our feet. It's only then we fail out one perfect union. Beautiful people so whole and unbreakable. That is our ultimate goal. We all trust in each other. By rules we abide, working as commanded to, side by
Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless presents I Red Cloak, the reassuring...
I never wanted this situation to escalate like this. You must understand. But now, all that I wanted is cast to the wind. There is but one option left to me. To save Arcadia, to ensure the future, we must both die.
Step with the paradigm. Previously on I Red Cloak, our hero was betrayed.
Because the order cannot be hindered by war or by compromise. Any obstacles must be removed, as much as I regret the need to do so. If DeVries does not receive my explosive, she will resort to a violent assault. Many will die pointlessly and in agony. I can at least deliver them an instant, painless death. I thought this explosive vest would be an unnecessary precaution. All I can hope is that by blasting us both from the field of play, the order shall find its way to truth. Want has nothing to do with it. I have very specific instructions on how to proceed in the face of contingencies such as yourself. And you cannot possibly understand whether I am or am not capable of martyrdom. You do not know my depth of character.
It's awful quiet in there. Shouldn't Red Cloak be screaming? I feel like she should be screaming. The machine is operational, right?
Wait, are you asking me?
You read my terminal. I cannot. No. I deny what you're saying. Whatever my personal feelings, the Order's success is more important. You're not with the Order. You cannot understand why this would be. Could I explain, the words would be lost on you. Very well. I can spare words with you. Explain my perspective. It won't prevent me from doing what I must. If the Order is not prevented from reaching its true potential and solves the universal equation, all scientific uncertainty and any associated suffering will end.
1010%!
If what you say is true, then you have my tentative thanks. However, scientific certainty would absolutely have prevented that from happening. We would have predicted it. DeVries opened my eyes. The Order is on the path to absolute truth. And if they are not interrupted, this truth can be pursued. The one right path for humanity revealed to us. Politics cannot bind us. Uncertainty cannot strangle. And no one can be allowed to waltz in and hurl our plans into disarray.
Someone who already has everything.
What? How do you not understand the present situation? What coward would strap an explosive device to himself?
It's the Order. They've come to take Red Cloak and me away. And right on time. Hey, you folks want some Sprat Crisps?
You've arrived early, exemplars. You're not supposed to
That's not all this. Helping DeVries, Completing the work on my explosives is important. It matters. DeVries agrees.
Per our monetary agreement with Auntie herself.
Augustine couldn't have done such a thing. She was on a secret mission at the time.
Big payday for Auntie's choice, while the order gets to
I don't wish to believe you, but what you're saying has the ring of truth to it. I've been a fool going along with this farce. But it stops now. My relationship with Augustine is at an end.
This poor fool seemed intent on doing himself and us both. Impressive work convincing him otherwise. What say I have a go at him with my disemboweling knife? See what he knows.
Now hold on. Victor's not the first to be taken in by DeVries' cunning. It feels wrong to punish him for it. I doubt he's got any more secrets to tell anyway.
Oh, no. I will not let you drag me back to Eden, Red Cloak.
Your loss. Don't like to boast, but I am quite the artiste with a knife.
I believe that's another thanks I owe you. You certainly keep interesting company. I found a way to, via the use of processed N-rays, send objects out of phase. It was inconsistent, but I was close to isolating the procedure. DeVries needed explosives for her plan. By making them unseen, the explosives could be placed as efficiently as possible. No one would be maimed or injured, just killed. Saying that out loud now, it sounds unreal. But somehow, I convinced myself that leaving no survivors was more humane. It's a shame I can't speak to a vicar.
No hesitation, no indecision. Taking my final.
I appreciate your consideration. Things could have been very different had your cooler head not prevailed. Here, it is the key to my quarters. Take whatever you find. That will ensure that I cannot use any of it to further DeVries' aims, even if I wanted to. You've certainly convinced me I cannot remain here. May we meet again, when the paths of our lives are at greater apexes.
And when I soon slip away, I'll be peaceful. Thoughts of my neighbors safe at home.
I owe you not only my life, but the sheer knowledge that you turned me from a terrible path. I will make the most of it. I promise you.
Knowing my heart, my brain, and consistency, turn the paradigm's plan without pause. It's an honor and a gift, what I wish for all who live. It's a privilege to die for the cause. Fulfill my purpose in life, a glorious death. Blown up by a mine. Why did it go from many ways to die? Electron plasma spectrum.
My fellow loyalists, it is time. Due to the Earth Directorate operatives' continued meddling, we must increment our timetable by a factor of hours, not days. Accordingly, our forces have taken over the monastery. Those I predetermined to be resilient to reason have been executed. The rest should not cause us trouble. I have locked the lift to prevent the agent from reaching the monastery, but the following code will grant you access. 34145. I will continue my work from here, supplying Augustine with everything she needs for our plan to succeed, and delaying the agent as I'm able to. May the results of our actions today secure a more prosperous tomorrow for our sacred order.
Seer Wiley isn't very good at this whole seer business, is he? It's nice of him to just hand us the code like that. We should remember to mock him for that as he bleeds out.
charming little ditty was dedicated to the Arbiters, and all within the order of compliance, somber and tireless guardians of Protectorate law. Here's a song for you to enjoy while you solemnly reflect on your sworn duty to our idyllic society.
Every day I am giving all myself in his name. I know this to be true. He deserves our love.
Boy, damn it! We've killed every traitor in this place, but their treasonous scum of a hierarch wasn't among them. I like the cut of your jib, Commander. Extinguishing the life of Hierarch Ziegler is definitely our next priority. They were operating under his orders. But since he wasn't here to lead them in person, they would have maintained regular contact using one of our communication devices. I saw one of them earlier. We should go see what information it will yield to us. I'll mark your map with its location.
I still my devotion has not gone astray. I'm a good neighbor, I do all I can. That is my great sovereign's loving plan. That's why I love...
This is it, the Dawn's communication device. Let's see what I can find on it. Not much, but there are a few encrypted messages from Ziegler reporting on a rift in Paradise Island he was sent to study. Idiot didn't even have enough respect to stay to kill me himself. Well, it's of no consequence. Now that I know where he is, let's go show him the error of his ways. I'm right behind you, but not in a threatening way.
My heart belongs to the sovereign, and the first be for him. With Rome in my heart, for the matriarch, whose bloodline needs know their perfection. I trust,
I appreciate your help. Dying makes it...
I watch in his name. I know I am right. He's our shining light. The sovereign deserves all your love. Love him and he will love you. Love him, that's all we must do. I want for nothing, come what may. I still my devotion have not gone astray. I'm his neighbor, I do all I can. That is my great sovereign's loving plan. That's why I love my sovereign. That's why I love my sovereign. That's why I love my sovereign.
This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless. Social guidance and approved messaging, punctuated by acceptable music.
Prudence dictates. Our betters always know best, which is why our trusted Consul now joins us to share his unvarnished knowledge of a painful topic, the traitorous Order.
My fellow Arcadians, it is well known the Order of the Ascent abandoned us when corporatist invaders...
Rerouting to Matriarch. Searching for navigation data back to Matriarch's Mercy. No. Result. Error. Navigation system. Farewell.
She was jealous of the zeal our sovereign instills in his faithful subjects. Basar's envy heralded a shift in Order priorities. A dereliction of scientific duty to pursue more selfish ambitions. The tumult of invasion gave them an opportunity to abandon us. Their contributions were always exaggerated. They practiced junk scientism in the name of hokum,